how is it that athletes have never been afforded the same rights and protections that would typically be afforded a regular employee in any kind of workplace across Canada, or the United States for that matter?
Well, I think part of this, maybe it's not never, but I think what we've seen is a changing landscape across most employers. I mean, I'll tell you, when I first came into the legal industry, I was right at the tail end of, the big New York firms being known for being like really terrible places to work, where you got screamed at and yelled at and told you were stupid and your work ripped up. And law firms along the line, they decided to change, right? They decided that wasn't an appropriate way to treat people that worked for them. They also figured out it wasn't the best way to get the best out of their people. So I'm not sure that this is a unique issue to sports. I think sports has been a little slower to change than some of the other industries has been. And I do think you're starting to see it come around now where, you hear a lot, you hear an old school coach or a player's coach, right? As if those two things have to be mutually exclusive. And, I think you are seeing more people think about, what is the proper way to treat people and what's the proper way to motivate people. And, I don't want to suggest that everything is always going to be exactly the same, right? A sports locker room is a unique workplace, and there needs to be, unique rules and things taken into account. But I am glad to see that at a general level, and this is also not an issue just in professional sports. I think you've seen it all the way going down to kids sports and how coaches could treat kids playing, a recognition that, just screaming at people may not be the best way to get the best out of your people.